Hi, everybody. My name is Allison Smith, and this is my PBL video experience on creating your own restaurant called My Restaurant Project. This was meant for grade level middle school age children at a school called Team Academy, which seemed like a STEM school. The content area was not solely addressed on one content area, but on various content areas math, ELA, to just name a few. The guiding question that students were given was, how would you design your own restaurant? And the students were able to create their own restaurant and in all the details in planning that restaurant as well. The summary of this is students were given the opportunity to create their own restaurant by starting with uh, creating a menu. And from there, they were able to research inspiration for their menus. Then they were given the task of writing grant letters, which promoted them to be asking for startup money for their restaurants. They also utilized, in asking for money, they needed a cost breakdown, which is where Excel and Google spreadsheets came into play for them to be able to create this breakdown of the cost of their restaurant startup and also the caloric breakdown of their menus. They were tasked with creating a commercial to promote their restaurant and also utilizing an application called Prezi to present their restaurants to their fellow peers. I didn't see much teacher presence in this, just for the simple fact that it was more of interviews with the students throughout their school and their students' vision in how interesting that this assignment was to them and what they learned from this. We did see that the presentations were given on the electronic board in the classroom, so we did see a bit of that. But the students ended up working independently during this assignment, and they did use quite a bit of technology. Various online applications, various computer applications went into helping students make this successful. I think this lesson was extremely effective. It gave the students real world experience in showcasing what goes into creating a business. I loved playing restaurant when I was a kid, and my daughter does today. And I think some of us at one time or another did. And it just brought it into reality for students to see firsthand. Um, it's so much different than a traditional lesson where you're, looking at a board, you're working problems from a book. This actually, students had to go out and find inspiration for their restaurants. And I just think it just promoted so much with healthy eating habits, public speaking, letter writing, some art forms that are just have been lost throughout the years. I think a similar lesson would be, to me, would be for fifth grade and older. However, the example problem that I would use in my classroom would be for students at least third grade and up, is to design and build a garden. Now, when I was in elementary school, we were able to do this, and each grade had their own part in creating the garden for our school, which I think was amazing. So, my guiding question would be, how would you create and maintain a garden of your own? Gardening is one of my favorite hobbies, and I just think this also provides students with a real world experience in seeing how beneficial a garden can be. Thank you so much.